Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
all over the iPad. Beer.
That's okay.
Salud.
It's made for that, right?
I hope so. I hope Steve Jobs.
Did you get the Apple Care?
Yeah,
you got Apple Care.
Yeah, because I didn't get Apple Care, I spent $200 today.
Garrett, tell me what is your favorite beer?
What are we
you don't
drinking
have
again?
to say it's one of your own.
No, you know it's funny because I don't know of any interview of any brewer anywhere ever that doesn't ask what's your favorite beer, and it gets a little cliche saying, well, what's in my hand, which is typically true because let's face it, none of us are going to drink a beer unless it's worth drinking.
Yeah.
So at any given moment, it would be my favorite beer, what's in my hand, which right now we're drinking Ace in the Face, Ace in your face actually. But I tend to lately be drinking a lot of sours. I'm really in love with the Duchess. It's a Flemish sour brown, Saison DuPont. Big fan of Saisons. Let's see. All-time favorite as of right this moment. I'm gonna have to go with Oud Geuze from Fontainen. I just love that. It's just, you know, I always tell people when they drink sours, judge it on the second sip, not the first, because it's typically such a shock to their system that it's like, this isn't beer, something's gone wrong. And no, this is exactly what you expect. I mean, think about it. What other product can you say, okay, you should get flavors of locker room, horse blanket?
Locker room horse
It's
blanket.
the stinky cheese of the beer world, really. So
I'm a big fan of Three Sheets.
Sure.
Watched all the episodes.
I was sad when it got canceled. We did our best to keep it on.
I am hoping they get the syndication, or after the syndication was Spike, I'm hoping to get another season.
Sure.
Or that might be a possibility. You probably know much more about this than me.
I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you.
But with that, is Zane an alcoholic?
No, Steve is, I think. You know, which is Steve McKenna. I think actually Steve McKenna has become a verb. It's also an adjective. It's like, you're Steve McKenna, but if in the verb sense, it's like, you know, hey, let's have some beers and get Steve McKenna. So I would venture to guess after drinking with Steve that could possibly be an alcoholic. But Zane can drink, I'm just going to say.
Has it been a lot of fun working with Zane? Because you worked with him on a couple of projects.
I've worked with him a couple times now, and you know, I have to say he's one of the coolest people to hang out with you ever meet. Just a lot of fun, but he knows what he's doing, he knows what he's talking about. So as much as sometimes people take it off and they pan it off as like, oh, it's a drinking show, some guy getting drunk, you know, when you actually listen to what he's talking about, he actually knows a good amount of what he's talking about, and it was really fun to work with him from both a production standpoint, because Zane will put the camera in his hand and he'll go to town and shoot their own shots, and you know, it was really cool to see that, because oftentimes you don't see the talent, you know, have any idea of how to work the camera, and that was pretty cool.
You won the Young Business Person of the Year award here in
yeah, that was 2009 or 10. I don't know. The award's hanging up front. We'll look on the way out. Yeah.
You have the largest craft brewery in Hawaii.
Yep.
You are expanding your distribution in key markets. We have to commend you for really doing a phenomenal job here with your work and with the craft brewing industry. What advice do you have for someone with a passion for the craft beer industry that wants to get into it, that wants to start a business within the industry? And then even beyond that, for any entrepreneur in any industry, because that's really what you are.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, like we were having this discussion earlier, you know, business is business. You got to understand how to run a business, regardless of what the product is. With very little differences, business is business. You know, you don't spend more than you make. That's rule number one, right? And that applies to every business you're in, unless you're in the banking business and you're funded by the federal government. Thank you, Barack, for the bailout. As far as advice, I'd just simply say, if you have the passion, never lose that, and be prepared to have long days, work a lot, not have any money, and when you think you don't have any money, get prepared to lose even more so that you can make your business successful. Because you have to ultimately, at the end of the day, believe so fully in that your business is already successful that time just has to catch up to where your mind's at. That's what makes a successful person. You know, literally in my mind, I look at where we are now, and in my mind, we were here 6 years ago when we started. Hey, I know this is going to work because you know what? I'm going to make great beer. I'm going to make it in Hawaii, and it's going to be awesome. That literally was our vision, and we stuck true to that. And never sacrifice who you are, you know, and your vision for that. Because when you start trying to be what someone else is, you lose sight of who you are. and then you just become nothing.
As I think a lot of the people are envious of the success of Maui Brewing Company. This has been a wonderful interview, and we thank you.
You bet.
The Singelmaltmates, Kenan and Ryan, Garrett Marrrero, Maui Brewing Company. Stay soggy, friends.
Yeah, thank you.